Hello everyone! Today we're doing the Hidden Community Achievement, Someone in Need, also known as the Extra Life Scavenger Hunt. To get started, we're going to go to Lion's Arch. We're at the Diverse Ledge waypoint and heading to my personal marker. Just a heads up for this collection, you will need access to a Heart of Thorn map as well as a Path of Fire map in order to complete this.
I was chasing a thief.
In order to see the collection, we must first talk to our friend. And now we can see the collection. There's quite a few parts to this, and some parts are rather long, so I'll have timestamps below so that you can skip around, as well as a couple maps just to make things a little easier for you. For a Collective History Volume 1, we are in Iron Marches. And at the Old Pekin Runes waypoint, we'll be heading to my personal waypoint. Here is April, who will be tracking down, but we're just going to jump down here and continue to go all the way down. And then all the way up. So right here at the beginning of the cavern is where the jumping puzzle starts, and we'll be heading back here in a second, but first we'll be heading to the achievement marker over here. And on the achievement marker is an item we're going to interact with, which will give us a special action key, which we'll use to find the correct April. So you're looking for the April that's not running with these other Aprils and not clapping, so right here. And then you can see an object has revealed itself nearby, so we actually need to do this jumping puzzle. So we're going to run back to the beginning of the cavern. And this jumping puzzle is fairly straightforward. We're just jumping on top of these rocks. You do have to watch out for lightning, because if it does strike, it will change your size, make you bigger, make you smaller, or even change you back to your original size, which can still throw you off if you've had a nice groove. So since there's nothing much other than jumping on the rocks, no tricks, just have to do it successfully, I'm going to skip forward. And here at the end, we have another object to interact with, and there's our Collective History of Volume 1. Now after every volume, we're going to come back to Lion's Arch to speak with our friend in this cavern here, same spot as before. For a Collective History of Volume 2, we are in Kessex Hills. And we're at Saraboth Waypoint, assuming I pronounced that properly. And we're hitting this path right here. No mounts needed, but I'm just using my sky skill to get there a little quicker.
You did pretty good.
So you'll start
with
to
that
notice
one.
April will kind of show up at the beginning of any area we're in, so it's a nice hint to know we're on the right path. And right over here is another item, or our first of 3 orbs. The second we interact, we have a new special action key. We also have this timer above our head, so we need to get the other 2 orbs before this timer expires. We're going to go on the outside ledge and then jump across in order to get up those stairs. It's a little hard to see, my Norn does block the way a bit. Here's our second orb. And there's some stairs over here for our third orb. An object has revealed itself nearby, so we're just going to turn around and go back up those stairs. And here is our object. And just like before, we'll go back to our friend in Lion's Arch and speak with them. And now we're doing a collective history of Volume 3. We are in Mount Maelstrom. And at the old sledge site waypoint, heading to my personal marker as well as the collection marker. No mount needed, but I'll be using it just to go a little faster. Wrong mount. So April was kind enough to open up a portal for us that takes us to the Hidden Garden jumping puzzle, and I've cut her off. So to our right is an object to interact with, and in doing so we can see these mesmer purple orbs. There's 15 in total, and I'll link a map below that I created which will show all the spots. But just in case, I'll go through them with you together. So we've grabbed our first orb, and over here is our second. And you can grab these mesmer orbs in any order. I've just decided to kind of allocate some numbers to them. Our next 3 are over here. I originally was just going to do the map and basically highlight where they were, so I accidentally picked this one up. But our third one is right here. It'll be super easy to spot. And we're gonna go up for our next 2. Keep in mind, you can use mounts here. Mounts are only restricted at the center of this area by the big tree. And I just whipped up this entire area so smooth, and now I'm struggling with every jump. The pressure's on, obviously, now that I'm recording. Here's our 4th. And our 5th over here. And now we're just gonna fly over to this route. And just take note of this route and how we're getting up to this big tree, because we'll have to come back at the end to get our identified object, which will be right about here. So our next one right here, number 6. And we have 3 in this tree area that we'll be getting in total. Number 7. And around here is number 8. And then we're gonna jump down for number 9, which I will grab immediately here. You can kind of see the little purple mesmer butterflies as I kind of ate it as I came down. And our last 6 are over here. Again, you can use mounts, but I will just do the old-fashioned way just in case. Sometimes I find when I use my Springer, I end up going in 20 different directions anyways. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 14 straight ahead. And number 15 is over here. An object has revealed itself nearby. It's actually at that big tree where the treasure chest is. So just a reminder, the route just to the left of me is how we got up the first time. Just right here. But since I can do it, I will boost myself up with my glider. So that's A Collective History of Volume 3. As usual, we need to go back to our friend in Lion's Arch. And now we're doing A Collective History of Volume 4. We're in Caledon Forest and at the Spiral Waypoint. Now we need to head to the center of the spiral right here, but if the jumping puzzle isn't up, you're going to head over here, and not far from this heart vendor will be our NPC to get this entire jumping puzzle open. So the NPC to my right here, Brog, is the NPC that you would escort to this area if these leaves weren't open and you weren't able to jump on them. Of course, we have April here as well, so we know we're on the right track. And just a reminder, I have timestamps in case you're not interested in watching me jump 20 million times. But you're welcome to stay as well. This used to be one of my favorite jumping puzzles. I used to do it for fun all the time. So I'm going off of memory here entirely and hoping I don't mess it up. Oh goodness. So it's a little hard to see, but there is a collection marker right here and an object to interact with. Hope your legs aren't getting too tired. Make sure to stretch and maybe grab a snack. Triple checking that the interact took, and we're moving on to a second jumping puzzle, which I feel like there must be an update to, because there was one particular jump with this puzzle that I found pretty near impossible to get. And while I did have some issues here and there doing the puzzle, I didn't get it first try, that one spot wasn't actually giving issues anymore. So our goal right now is just to head downward to the beginning of the puzzle inside this area. And just a reminder, there are no mounts, but you can glide. So here's the beginning. And while I didn't test it, I'm sure you could glide to a part of this puzzle and skip it, but I will show all of it just in case. We're just gonna go a little to the right for this jump here. And just be careful with that jump. This is the one that used to give me issues. And the other one that can be tricky is right here. Make sure you don't hit your head, so jump up, then move forward. or at least that's what works for me. So we're going to interact. So you can see there's 2 collection items here, so just make sure the achievement pops up. Head back to Lion's Arch and speak with our friend again. Collective History Volume 5. So this does require you to have the Heart of Thorns expansion. We are in Tangled Depths. We're at Dragon's Passage Waypoint. We will be heading to this down section of the map, which if I click on it shows a water system at which we'll be taking our first right. But I will show you how to get here because these maps can be quite confusing. We're gonna go into the water and we're gonna head straight down. It would have been faster to probably use my skimmer here, but I find when I pick up this exalted beacon, I can't use my skimmer, or maybe I'm just in combat and was having issues. Maybe it's me. Just make sure you have this beacon on you or these little white piranhas will try and murder you. I speak from experience. So you can see the buff on my bar blinking. It's about to run out. So I'm just going to kind of go off to the side a little so I'm not in this like beacons AoE and then re-pick it up. I just want to refresh the counter is all I'm doing here. I want to make sure I have lots of time. And we are going to head kind of up and right a bit.
Quickly.
And I can finally equip my skimmer, so that makes it a little faster. My apologies for the nice scenic route. If you have a mount, you can go straight to the end of this cavern, and there's a little area where you can kind of stand and use your springer. The original way is over here. It doesn't really take that much longer, so I'm just going to show it, but feel free to scrub through the video and get to the parts you need. Oh goodness. And you're just going to kind of like zigzag across the cavern. It's mostly intuitive. So in the cavern, this was originally done by manually walking and jumping up these routes. And it is painful. As you can see, everyone here is using a mount. So just to give you a little taste of what that looks like, if you don't have a mount, you can get up here. So it is easier if you have a Springer or a Sky Scale, and even with the Sky Scale, it's hard to see where we're going. talk to Locks, and the last option, I am the sensational Zen, open the door immediately, will actually open the door. So around the room you'll find 4 Aprils, and each of them require a different emote. I wonder what Zinna's going to do when I let her out. Is /threaten. I wasn't expecting all the holograms to pop up there, so allow me a moment to digest that. No matter how much I cheered, I just couldn't get the Queen to notice me during the royal parade at the Queen's Jubilee. This one is /wave. What does an elder dragon do when its belly is full? That's /sleep.
We all have a place in the eternal alchemy.
I wonder how Zinna's doing right now.
Can I assist
Is
you?
/cry. And then we're going to head to the center of the room. And do /dance. And it might actually reward you with an achievement if you've never done it, which I haven't. But for this collection, an object has revealed itself nearby. We just have to go straight ahead to the collection marker.
Wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but here we are. I've got one.
Talk to our friend in Lion's Arch again. And now we're doing our very last item, receipt from the Queen's Roast. So we're in the Desert Highlands. This is Path of Fire expansion, and we're at the Delric Delve waypoint and heading south. Now, this is going to be in an area called the Rune Locked Doors, or the Delric Delve puzzle. I'm going to link an entirely separate video below. It is a very quick how-to to just get this done as fast as you can. The great thing about it is once you've done this puzzle once, you can get in any of these doors. You never have to unlock them again. And it's great because they're also needed for the Skyscale collections. That being said, I'm going to be going through and showing you what to do, assuming you've already had it unlocked, because it is an entirely separate guide to unlocking these doors. So the first door is our ice room. It is helpful to clear out this area so that you can mount up. And same as before, we need to collect 3 orbs before the timer above our head runs out. Our first orb starts the timer. Our second orb is here on top of this bridge. And you can spring her up to this third orb. And now we have 2 rooms left to go. Make your way back to the beginning of this room, and then we're gonna teleport out, and we're heading to our second room just underneath. So this is the fire room. To start it, we're just going to head to the collection marker. And just like before, when you interact, it is going to have these mesmer orbs. And again, there is 15 to collect. I'll have a map linked below to quickly show where all the orbs are on the different levels, but we're gonna get started with the main level. This is orb 1, orb 2,
to battle!
Orb 3, and orb 4. And as you can see, we are at the beginning staircase where we had started. I'm just going to clear all this out, and then we're gonna do the upper level. So you can use a springer to get up. We have orb 5. Just need a second so that I can mount back up. Would have been quicker with my sky scale, but I do like to show things the other way, just for those of you who might not have a sky scale. Orb 6. And orb 7. And we're back to the staircase where we've entered from. And now the bottom layer. Orb 8. One moment, please. I need to get these lava Ellies out of the way. Orb 9 was right here, but I got excited and dropped down on it. Orb 10.
Fury is mine.
Orb 11. Orb 12. Orb 13. Orb 14. And then over here is Orb 15. And make your way back to the entrance, teleport out. And now we're heading to the spider cave. So over here is a ledge and we can spring her up and walk the ledge over. So straight ahead is our collection marker. Just give me a moment here because I completely lost where the marker was. Just like before, you're going to find the April that is different. So this one here has longer hair than the rest. And we're going to use our special action skill. And an object has revealed itself deep in the mines. Back out of the room, teleport out. Over here is our waterlogged room. And we'll be heading to the marker on my mini-map. And we can just glide over. And my curiosity here. Note to self, do not hit the nice, glowing, tempting orbs. And there's our receipt from the Queen's roast, and there's also a nice big chest here as well. Just like any other time before, we're going to head back to Lion's Arch, but this time we actually only have to go to the entrance of this cavern.
Welcome back.
And all you have to do is go through all the dialogue, and then you'll be rewarded with a collection. And there we have it. We now have the detective title as well as the illusion of sitting novelty item. So I'm just going to quickly equip it. So that is it. That is everything. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that was helpful. And I don't know, maybe see you around.